there are two ways to do long multiplication. So if I want to multiply 78 times 7, there is the traditional way where you go 78 times 7, and your job is you need to multiply that 7 times the 8 and then times the 7. So here we go. 8 times 7 is 56. The 6 comes down and we carry the 5. Now we finished with the 7 times the 8. Now we need to do 7 times the 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. 49 plus the 5 is 54. The other way to do this is with the lattice method. And to do the lattice method, you write your number, the first one, across, and then you write your second number vertically along the side. And then you draw a rectangle. Now, because I have one number on the side, I don't need to do anything on that. But because I have two numbers above it, I need to cut that rectangle into two, so that the 7 matches with its own box, the 8 matches with its own box, and on the side the 7 matches on its own box. Now, what I need to do is also draw diagonals from each corner across that rectangle to the other corner. So another diagonal from corner to corner. And what I do now is I say 7 and the 8 need to go in this box. So 7 times 8 is 56. 7 here needs to be multiplied times the 7, and we put that answer in this box, and that's going to be 49. Now what I do is I need to add along the diagonals. So on the right of this diagonal, all we have is a 6, so I write a 6. To the right of this diagonal, and in between that one, between the two green diagonals now, we have the 9 and the 5. So that's going to be 14, then we carry the 1. And that 1 plus the 4 is 5. And you can see that we got the same answer both ways. So 78 times 7 is 546. Alright, so here's a little bit tougher one. We got two-digit numbers being multiplied. When we see the word product, that means we need to multiply. So the traditional way would be to write 45 times 34. And to start off, we need to multiply that 4 in the ones place times both of these numbers above. So 4 times the 5 is 20, so I put a 0, carry the 2. 4 times the 4 is 16, plus the 2 is 180, or 18, making 180. Now I'm in the tens place. My answers need to start in the tens place. So I'm going to put a 0 here so that any answers we get will start in the tens place right underneath that 3. 3 times the 5 is 15. Carry that 1. Now I need to finish by saying 3 times the 4 is 12, plus the 1 is 13. Now all I'll do is add up both of these numbers below. That's 0. 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. That's a 5 and a 1. So the answer should be 1,530. Now, again, the other way is the lattice method. Write my 45 on top, my 34 on the side, draw a rectangle. This time I need to cut it down into two pieces because there's two digits for 45, and this time I need to cut it horizontally once because there's two digits, a 3 and a 4, so we need to cut it so that there's two rows. Now I very carefully draw my diagonals, and then I need to multiply. So 3 times 5 goes right in this rectangle, and that's 15. 5 times this 4 here would be 20. 3 times this 4 is going to go in this box, and that's going to be a 12. And the last one, 4 times this 4, will go in this box, and that's 16. So now the final step of the lattice method is to add. So along this diagonal to the right is a 0. Checking the next diagonal. So in between these two, we need to add these all up. 6 plus 2 plus 5 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 is going to be 5. And in this last diagonal above it, there is a 1. So we can see we got 1,530, just like before. So the product is 1,530.